8 levels of revenue share. Is Epique Realty really offering 8 levels? Hey, look, I'm not gonna go spreading rumors. Our 5-level revenue share is still available to everyone, but there's some additional revenue share streams that I've talked about in different videos, but I'm finally gonna put those all together in this one video so you have an understanding of what is available to us as agents here at Epique Realty for revenue share. Now, you probably already know about the 5 levels of revenue share, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break that down so you have a really good understanding of how that works. And then we'll go into the other 3 avenues of revenue share that you can earn as being part of Epique Realty. And let me just throw this little caveat out there. Now, this isn't gonna be for every single agent. That opportunity doesn't exist for everyone. But I do have a little bonus at the end. Make sure you stay for that because there's something new coming for Epique Realty that you should know about. But these other 3 opportunities are for those agents that really have come from a lot of experience. Maybe they're doing a lot of production. There's some really good opportunities for some of those agents out there that are looking for that kind of extra level of revenue share. And again, real quick, this is Travis Junty. I am an agent here at Epique Realty, and this is the Agent Collab channel where we put all kinds of information that's all about Epique Realty. And if you'd like to learn more about what it's like to be at Epique Realty, make sure you contact me down below. All my information is right there. Let's have a conversation and see if Epique Realty is a fit for you. I would love that opportunity to bring you in to Epique Realty. So I don't know if this is your first time here, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna break down real quick the 5 levels of revenue share so you have a brief understanding of how that works before we go into some of the adders, some of the bonuses, okay? We're gonna go into the computer so it's a little bit easier for you to follow along. So this here is the Epique Realty Revenue Share Program. Okay. Now, I'm not sure where you're coming from if this is your first exposure to revenue share. So this is a residual revenue stream, okay? It's an exit strategy for agents who want to earn another stream of income. And basically what it is you get 10% of company commissions on all transactions by any recruits in your downline. And when I say 10% of company commissions, that means that you get 10% of that 15% that Epique Realty gets up to their cap level. Of course, if they have a cap of 15,000, that would be 1,500 for that individual. Now, again, we do have the declining cap, so it could go down over the time. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. But for the most part, I use 15 as an example because it's just the easiest number to use. Use whatever you want if you want to be that analytical. So here it is. 10% of company commission, that is 5 levels deep. So you get the same 10% for all agents in all 5 levels. So if you recruit an agent and that recruit brings an agent, they bring on someone, etc., you'll be paid up to 5 levels of recruits automatically. I don't know if you're familiar with other companies. They got the EXPs, the Real, the Simply Home, the LPT. All these other companies, they have some sort of levels that are locked, right? I know EXP has done some great, wonderful things where they've kind of unlocked some of those levels. The first 3 levels are unlocked for everyone. 5 levels for a capping agent, 7 levels for an icon agent. But here we have no restrictions, no games. Earn revenue share restriction free, okay? 5 levels, same amount, no frontline minimums. Get access to level 5 on day 1. There are no restrictions, same amount on every level. So you don't lose revenue share just because a recruit is in your lower levels, okay? Every level is the same. Other companies do treat different levels differently. So like I said, just due diligence when you're trying to find a brokerage. I'd be happy to help you break that down. Again, all my information is down below. So no games, no roadblocks, the buffer free zone, okay? There's no buffering of your revenue share. So if somebody closes a deal, company gets 15%, you're gonna get a cut of that, okay? That's just straight up, that's just how it is. No plan changes and restrictions. I know other companies have made several plan changes and added several restrictions. There's also no cultural requirements, no frontline minimums. Retire for real. I'm not gonna go deep into this, but it's just not another hamster wheel. I've got all kinds of videos about this, but there is an opportunity where you don't have to recruit. It's willable income. You can get paid on your LLC. And some frequently asked questions. But that kind of gives you an overview of the first 5 levels. But the 5 levels that everybody talks about when everybody's referring to revenue share. I know some companies have 5 levels, some have 7, some claim they have infinite levels. So that's how our basic revenue share model works. But we do take this to another level. For those agents that might be, the heavy hitter agents, right? We do have another level for that. We do like to reward production, man. After all, we're a real estate company. We're in here to do business. So the first one that I wanted to talk about, so this would be the 6th level of revenue share, would be a Power Award agent. Okay, so a Power Award agent is an agent that does closes 24 plus transactions or 10 million in production. Okay, so this is certainly much more attainable than some of the other different power level statuses at other companies. And then we also have a little extra benefit to go with it. So I'm going to jump into the computer so you have a better understanding of how that looks. So a Power Award agent, that's rewarding our most productive and influential agents. So they do get free company stock, up to $15,000 in company stock for hitting Power Award. So this is what I wanted to talk about. Again, here, qualify, you must sell 24 plus transactions or 10 million in sales. But the big thing here is the double revenue share. Double revenue share for all level 1 agents for a year, okay? So let's say you get revenue share. Let's say you hit Power Award March 1st. That means you get that double revenue share on all level 1 recruits for the entirety of the year. So you get it until March 1st of the following year, okay? Or February 28th or whatever day that ends up being, okay? And then if you're a Power Award agent, continuously every year, you're basically getting that double revenue share on all your level 1 recruits forever and ever, right? So that if you're an influential agent and you're bringing in a lot of agents, that could be a really nice extra added revenue stream for you. So it's not just 10%, it's 20% on that level 1. So that's not 1,500, that's up to 3,000 for those level 1 agents. And again, there's no cultural requirements. You're not being held hostage. You do also get the reduced monthly fee where it's only $99 a month instead of $149 a month for the year. So let me be clear on these next 2 levels. This isn't something that you're guaranteed to get or something that you can typically get hired in. So keep that in mind. I'll explain more as we kind of get into these, but I just want to put that out there. I mean, a lot of agents are claiming that, hey, you can come in and you can be this or you can be that. That's not a decision that we have. That's not a decision that you can come in and do. That's something that we have to, it's a more of a corporate level decision on that. But I could, like I said, I could certainly put you in touch with the right individuals and we can have those conversations and see kind of what that might look like for your business. And if I didn't tell you yet, again, this is Travis Junty. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell to make sure you get notified anytime I put out new content. Let's just keep moving on. The next and the 7th level of revenue share available to Epique Realty agents is as an area leader. Okay, now we've talked about in some of my other videos, I talk about, the area leaders, the forever mentorship, okay? I know there's other companies that have mentorship programs where you might get a cut of a newer agent's commission for the first 3 deals. And really for a newer agent, that's really challenging, okay? You only have that mentor for 3 deals. Where now at Epique Realty, what we're really doing is setting ourselves apart by providing that forever mentorship. And that forever mentorship, these area leaders are typically agents that come in, they have a lot of experience. Maybe they have a little bit of a coaching background. Maybe they've done a lot of deals and they have a lot to give to other agents. Now, it's not like every agent is going to be, not every area leader, I should say, is like just a mega producer or this or that. I mean, that's challenging to have and it's hard to promise all those things. But what they do, these area leaders do go through a rigorous training. They're constantly monitoring these agents and make sure that they are taking care of their agents and doing well for their agents, doing good for their agents. Now, what I will say, like I said, this is not a guaranteed position, but right now, as we're in this growth phase, this is an absolutely wonderful opportunity. If you're an agent that does a lot of production and you're an agent with that coaching mindset, this is an excellent opportunity. This is something that, again, the previous level, the Power Award agent, that's something that's controlled by you and your production. But if you're a high producing agent and you're in an area that might not have a lot of agents, there might be an excellent opportunity to become an area leader. Or maybe as that area grows, there's more and more area leaders. Because the goal is to have 25 to 50 agents under that area leader. So right now, I think the average is about 25 agents per area leader. So what a great opportunity. Maybe if you aren't a big fan of, you're not a big fan of recruiting agents, right? But you do have a lot to give. You have a lot of expertise to give. You love teaching other agents. This is an opportunity that's outside of that you can also get paid for providing to those agents. Now, let me say this. Now, not every single agent that is under your tutelage, I don't know if that's the right word or not, but not every agent that's under your guidance will actually need your mentorship, okay? Like there might be some agents that might reach out to you, a couple times a year, but you're still getting paid not by that agent, but by the company for that production, okay? Keep that in mind that you're not having, 20, 25, 30, however many agents, coming at you with questions day in and day out. That's just not how it is. And a lot of agents are running, just certain, Zoom hours to really kind of, buckle down on some of that stuff. Maybe they have certain hours that they're training this or that. But of course, they do have their phones open, available to different agents as well, okay? And now we've gotten to the 8th level, okay? Now we're at the 8th level. So this is for those state brokers, okay? So as a state broker, you're getting 10% of the company commission on all of the agents that are under your umbrella, that are in your state. Now, I mean, right now, we don't really have a state that, I don't think that we have a state that's over, say, 500 agents. So at this point, I mean, you're still in control of, 500 or less agents. So you're getting a 10% company commission on all those agents that are underneath you, okay? Let's say that your state is already open and it's already running. Now, there are states that are, changing hands for state broker. I mean, there's some states that we've changed. It's just the nature of the beast. Some agents, they come in and they're like, well, I want to be a state broker. I came from being a broker somewhere else, and maybe it's just something that they can't handle. I mean, it's not for everyone, and that's okay. So there is opportunity if you're still looking for that. And let me be totally clear before I go any further. I do not hire people on as a state broker, but we can certainly start having those conversations. I am partnered with a couple of state brokers that are also part of the founding members board, right? So we can have those conversations and kind of see what that might look like. But there's a chance that you may have to come into your state and start operating as an agent and maybe have that opportunity down the road. Now, again, this same goes with this as it does for an area leader per se. So we're open in 40 states. Now, I know we do have a lot of states that are coming soon. Some of those states might be spoken for. We might have a broker there already, but there's states that we might not have, okay? We're also doing international growth. So there's that international opportunity for all you agents out there that might be in an international country watching this right now. Let's have that conversation. We're looking to break into Canada soon, looking to break into Mexico soon. We're looking to also go, out across the ocean. So there's lots of different things, lots of different opportunities out there for you. Now, there is a bonus level that I want to mention, but before that, what I wanted to do is kind of do a quick walkthrough of what that might look like if you're a Power Award level agent. Let's take a look into the computer to see what that extra revenue may or may not look like. So I'm not coming in here just saying that you're just going to be a massive producer and bring on, thousands of agents. Like you probably watch other videos, they're talking about, oh, you're going to have 100 agents in your downline, 200 agents in your downline, and this is all what's going to happen. We're not going to go into that. I mean, we're just going to keep it quick and simple. So I'm going to go into this as 5 levels, 30 agents. We're not thinking, big mega agent producer, mega recruiters, anything like that, where you have 100, 200, 300 agents. I know you've seen a lot of videos out there that might be claiming, oh, you can do, 1,000 agents over 5 years. But quite frankly, that's a rarity, okay? That doesn't happen that often. It's all about being transparent and honest here. So we're just going to look at just a simple 30 agents, okay? And this is for 5 levels. And let's just say level 1, as you see here, it's got 5 agents. Level 2, we're going to just keep it at 8. Because every agent, maybe they're bringing 1.5 agents, 2 agents. Level 3's got 8 agents. Level 4's got 8 agents. Level 1, we'll just say level 5, it just hasn't developed yet, and we're only got one of those agents on that level right now. Now, over time, as we go, historically, these levels will start to get a little bigger. Levels 3, 4, 5 will start to get bigger as it just compounds over time, okay? And for this example, what I'm gonna do is, so we're looking at right here, full cap. If there was a 15,000 level cap and 1,500 per agent, this is 45,000 at a full cap. Now, we know that they're not all full cappers because it's just naturally not going to happen. Now, of course, if you're a top producing agent, there's a good chance that maybe you're bringing in a lot of other top producing agents, okay? But we're just going to assume for this scenario that, they're all half cappers, right? They're at 22,500. They're at half cappers. So we're just going to move that number to 22,500, for the year of revenue share for this level of agents, okay? Now, that might be just year 1, right? Or year 2, okay? Now, let's say you're also a Power Award agent and you're getting an extra 10% on that level 1. And we're just going to say it's really just for that 1 year, right? We're looking at 5 agents on that level 1. Now, 5 agents at full cap, that would be nice. That would be $7,500 for that, okay? But we're looking at $3,750 for half cap, okay? That's extra money for just being a Power Award agent, which remember, you do get the reduced monthly fee and you do get that extra stock, okay, to go with it. Now, let's say that you're in an area, maybe they don't have an area leader, or maybe it's growing and you need to have, you're gonna be one of the area leaders, okay? That's 25 agents, average of 25 agents per leader. We're just gonna assume they're all half cappers, right? And that's an additional $18,750. That doesn't suck, right? That's not bad. Let's say, again, maybe you're a state broker. okay? Again, I know there's only gonna be 50 state brokers, right? And I guess over time, as we grow, if you get a certain amount of agents in a state, I'm almost certain that they'll bring in additional state brokers. But we're not there yet, okay? So we're not gonna cross that bridge. So we have average of 100 agents right now. So there's 40 states open right now, I believe it is. There's 4,000 agents roughly, okay? So that's average of 100 agents, and let's just say they're half cappers. It's an extra 75 grand for doing the business, and most of these state brokers are still in somewhat of production, so there is that as well. Now, as we grow, I mean, that can only go higher, right? And there's a lot of state brokers that are also area leaders and are also power ward agents, okay? So I mean, you can really start to stack this up as you go. So that's an extra 45,000 maybe for a small revenue share group, maybe your power ward and area leader, and then you top on the 75,000 for a state broker. Yeah, that's not so bad, right? Again, I know this is not a scenario for every agent out there. That's going to be for a small lump of them. But that's why you can just take out the state broker part, and you're still getting a little extra cash for that. Okay. Before I went any further, I wanted to kind of show you this because this kind of paints the picture of it, right? So here's the rev share opportunities. So we have the attracting and influencing. Okay, that's 10% of company revenue. That's what we talked about. That's with the 5 levels. We do have the managing brokers. That's 10% of the company revenue. 10% of company revenue on all transactions. Okay, regardless of agents upline or downline. And same thing with the mentors and coaches. That's 10% of company revenue for all transactions involved with their mentees, regardless of their upline and downline. These revenue opportunities are stackable. For example, agents may be mentors, coaches, maybe brokers, etc., and all may recruit. Okay, that's an excellent opportunity. Wait, what's that? You wanted a bonus? Hey, I got a bonus for you. How about that? So just recently, depending on when you're watching this, we had our shareholders conference, okay? And that's where they announced the Revenue Share Plus. Now you're wondering, what the heck is Revenue Share Plus? That doesn't even make any sense, okay? So that's where I'm gonna break that down right here. Introducing Epique Rev Share Plus. So that's Rev Share for every agent. The future is certainly Epique. So if you can read right here, so that's groundbreaking benefit that no other brokerage has ever done before. That's revenue share for every agent, no matter your production or attraction. Okay, that's right. Whether you're just starting or an experienced agent, you'll earn revenue share simply by being a part of Epique. Now, Josh Miller says, our goal with RevShare Plus, which pays every single agent an Epique revenue share regardless of production or attraction, is for us to pay you to be here. Now, that is absolutely the future of real estate. Now, I really hope you got some nuggets out of this. I really love putting out these videos like this. If this is something that's of interest to you, I'd love to have that conversation and see if Epique Realty is a fit for you. I'd love to help you on board here at Epique Realty. I'd love to be your sponsor. Without further ado, again, this is Travis Junty with the Agent Collab and Epique Realty, signing off. Until next time.